You are now stepping through the main entrance of your memory palace. As you pass across the threshold, you find yourself in a large wood-paneled hallway with marble tiling on the floor and marble statues ranged around the walls. You can examine this hallway in more detail at a later stage, but for the moment, walk directly across to the door in the opposite wall. When you open this door, you will find yourself in a second hall, this one with a polished wooden floor. There are doors leading off the hall, but once again you should ignore all but one of these of the moments and walk directly to the opposite door. On opening this door, you will find yourself in a third hall, substantially larger than the other two. In the exact center of this hall is a spiral staircase in stone, leading as far as you can determine upward into a turret and downward into some lower chambers of the palace. Once again, you should ignore the doorways for the moment and concentrate your attention on the spiral staircase. Cross to this staircase and begin your clockwise climb upward so you can explore the higher reaches of the turret. As you climb, you will notice your doors set in alcoves leading off the staircase at one upper level. You will soon explore what is beyond these doors. But for now, continue to climb until the staircase leads you into highest chamber in the turret. A library room with two large windows allowing you to look out across the rolling countryside in which your palace stands. Through these windows, you can see the neatly cultivated and familiar gardens that surround the palace. Beyond them are the woods and fields for your estate, and beyond this wilder, less familiar countryside. If you turn your attention to the books on the library shelves, you will quickly discover that pride of place goes to the multiple volumes of your personal biography, numbered one for every year of your life. Take one down and examine it, and you will discover it contains information, pictures, and text pertaining to your life at that special age. But there are gaps and blanks in its pages, as if some information has been lost. You will notice these gaps increase in the earlier volumes and decreases in those that deal with your more recent life. But all volumes, including the most recent, have at least a few gaps. Should you examine the most recent volume, the one marked with the age you are now, you will note that the text is unfinished, but you will see too that there is an ornate quill pen and plentiful supply of ink on the writing desk besides the shelves, so you can continue the record of your leisure, for it is clear by now that each book of your biography is in the form of a diary record kept by yourself. Leave the multi-volume biography now and examine the other books of the shelves. You will quickly discover they are all works and subjects that interest you greatly. Later, you may enjoy examining some of these books in greater detail, although you will discover they seldom contain anything you do not already know. Now that you have familiarized yourself with the upper room, return to the spiral staircase and begin to descend until you reach the two recessed doorways you passed on the way up. As you enter the first of these, you find yourself in a large chamber, almost filled by a pair of mighty leather bellows, driven by a massive machinery so that they inflate and deflate in a steady rhythm. Through the second recessed door of the spiral staircase, you enter a very similar chamber, but in this one the machinery drives a giant pump attached to a series of pipes containing a red fluid. Like the bellows in the other chambers, this pump contains a steady rhythm. If you pay close attention, you will discover that the pump follows the rhythm of your heartbeat, while the bellows follow the rhythm of your breathing. If you now follow the staircase downward, you will return to the hallway from which you started, but continue farther into the basement area of the palace, where you will find a furnace room. The furnace itself is well stocked, but controlled so that the heat it generates is carefully contained. Now return to the room in which you started, and leave the palace by the same route you entered. Then open your eyes and end your visualization.